Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will solve question 6 to question 10 of the second sample test of GRE questions. Let's go to the sixth question. In question 6, we are given a graph of the function g of x and it asks about the formula of the function g of x. The best way of solving this question is giving numbers. For example, in the horizontal line x, if it is 0, in the vertical line, the g of x is -1. Let's try it. Okay, x is 0, it's 0 plus 1, so it's 1, minus 2, it's -1. It can be the answer. Here also, it can be answer, it's -1. But in here, it's 0 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 3. So it's not answer. In here, it's more than 2. In here, it's 2. 2 to the 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. It's not -1 at 0. So it's not the answer. Let's try another point. For example, in here, 2. When x is 2, in here, the g of x is almost -1. Let's try these 2 points, these two functions. X is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 to the 2 is 9, minus 2 is 7. It's a very big positive number, so it's not the answer. This one should be the answer. 2 minus 1 is 1, minus 2 is -1. So this is the answer. By eliminating the wrong choices, you will find the correct answer. Or you can see in here it has symmetry around the point 1, and all of you that are sitting for the GRE test should know by heart that the formula of x2 is something like this. At 0 is 0, and that's a graph. So now we want to shift it horizontally by 1 to the right. So in here it's 0, it comes to the 1. Okay, you shift it horizontally by 1. So this should be x minus 1 to the 2. A function g of x horizontally move to the right by amount of a. It should be g of x minus a. And after that, you can see that your function is this function, but vertically moved down by 2. So it's 1, here is 1, here is 2. It's moved down vertically by 2. So this is the function x minus 1 to the 2. This is the function, and it's vertically moved down by 2. So this is the answer. To summarize, if your function horizontally moves to the right by, for example, 1, you make it x minus 1 inside of the function. If it goes to the left, you make it plus. If it moves vertically down, you make it minus. If it vertically moves up, you make it positive. That's a summary about this question. Let's see question 7. In this question, it says that a student's average test score in algebra is 88 after 8 tests. The student sat for 8 tests and the average is 88. When the teacher drops the student's 2 lowest test scores, the student's average score increases to 92. The instructor says that your 2 of your lowest scores, they will be dropped, so your average will be increased. What is the average score of the 2 tests that were dropped? It's easy. Let's suppose that the students' grades were sorted, like x1, the first grade, the biggest grade, then x2, then x3, up to x6, x7, x8. These are all 8 grades of the students. That x1 is the biggest. So you can say x1 is bigger than this. And the smallest one is x8. Always you have the 8 scores and you can sort them, okay? And when you sum them up, sum them all the scores and divide them by 8, the average will be what? 88. From the elementary school, we know that how we can take the average of the scores. So the summation of the scores will be 88 multiplied by 8. So let's do that. Multiplied by 8 and delete this. So the summation of the scores are this. And two lowest one are dropped. Okay, these two are dropped. So we don't have these two. And the average of these 6, it means that these 6, the biggest ones, if you divide by 6, take the average of this. What's the average? The average of this is 92. So the summation of this 6 is 92 multiplied by 6. Let's write it. Let me make it better. So the summation of this 6 is 92 multiplied by 6 because the average of them is 96. Okay, so the summation of these two, it means that x7 plus x8 is 88 multiplied by 8 minus this, the summation of this 6 is 92 multiplied by 6. But the question asks about the average of these two scores. So you should sum these two up and divide by 2. So you sum them up, x7 and x8, this is the answer, and you divide it by 2. Now, that's the easiest thing you can do by calculator. Let's use calculator. So it's 88 multiplied by 8, it's 704. 92 multiplied by 6 is this, and it's 552. It's 704 minus 552 is this one, divided by 2, it's 76. The answer is D. That was easy question. Let's move to the next question. In here, it says that the sum of the first 100 positive integers is how much greater than the sum of the first 800 positive integers. This kind of question, I remember that when we were kids, most of the teachers used to say that sum, for example, 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 96 plus 97 plus 98 plus 99 plus 100. What is the summation of this? But this question says that how much is more than the summation of 1 to 80. So we should subtract it from the summation of 1 plus 2, let me put it in the parentheses, up to 80. Okay, so if we do this subtraction, easily we can say that the question is asking us 81 plus 82 plus 83 up to 97 plus 98 plus 99 plus 100. I'm writing in details for those of you who don't know what's the answer. The silliest way is to using calculator to sum all of these 20 numbers together. But we know that if we sum 81 by 100, how much is it? It's 181. Again, this one is one more, but this one is one less. So the summation of 99 and 82, the summation of this and this, again should be 181. Again, this is one more. The summation of these two should be exactly 181. How much do we have? Here all we have 20 numbers. So if we sum 2 by 2 every of them, so it's like the multiplication of this by 10. So the answer is 181 multiplied by 10. So the answer is D. For practice, the summation, for example, 1 to 200. What's the summation? Let me write also 99 in here. Okay, 1 to until 99, 100. Let's sum 1 and 100. It's 101. 2 and 99 is 101 again. 3 and 98 is 101 again. How much do we have? Total we have 100 numbers, and we do it 2 by 2, so it's the multiplication by 50. And you don't consider this 0. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 0 is 0. 5 times 1 is 5 and put this 0 in here. That's the summation from 1 to 100. Let's see the question 9 in here. It's an easy question. I'm sure that you had solved it by yourself easily. It says that in the xy plane, the distance between the point 13 and the point 9y is 17. If y is positive, then what is the value of y? These are the ranges of y that you should choose from them. Okay, let's write. It says that one point is the x is 1 and the y is 1, 2, 3 in here. The other one is 9, 1, 2, 3 until 9, and y. Y is one of them, so it should be like in here. And it asks about the distance between these two. You have a line and it asks the distance between these two. This point is 1, 3 and this point is 9 and something. The distance between to this point is square root of, subtract the x amounts, it's 9 minus 1, 8, and square it, plus subtract the y values, y minus 3, square it. It says that it's 17. I hope that you know how to find the distance between 2 points. I'll give the formula for it. Here you have square root, and in the last session I explained that if you take the square, you can delete the square root. So it's like 8 to the 2 plus y minus 3 to the 2. Here also you should square it, 17. What's the square of it? Let's use calculator. It's 289. So y minus 3 squared is 289 minus 64. Minus 64 is 225. This is squared, okay, but 225 we know that is the square of 15. Let's take the square root is 15 to the 2. So y minus 3 is 15. So y is 15 plus 3, which is 18. This is the answer. As I said, suppose you have a line. You know the beginning and you know the end point. The beginning, for example, is A and B. The end point is C and D. The distance between these 2 points is square root of the x amounts. It means that C minus A. Square them plus the y amounts, D minus B, squared them. This is the distance between 2 points in a plane. Let's go to the next question. This is the last question. It says that the weights of python snakes are normally distributed with a mean of 110 kilograms and the standard deviation of 8 kilograms. Let's summarize it. We normally use M as a mean. It says that 110 kilograms. And the standard deviation, we use sigma for it. It says it's 8 kilograms. It says that 68% of the weight are within one standard deviation of around the mean, and 95% are between 2 standard deviations of the mean. What percent of pythons weigh from 94 to 102? This question is, I think, the easiest question that can be given for the normal distribution. It means that the distribution of this variable is normal. To solve this question, we have this distribution function. You know, the function of the normal distribution is symmetric around mean. In here, if it is your mean, and the question says that the mean is 110. The standard deviation is 8. Come 8 to above and 8 below of it, it's 118, and it's 120. And all this area below this function, this area is 68% of all the area below this function. If the area below this function is 1, 68% of that is between 120 and 118. If you pick a snake at random, by 68% percent that snake will be within these 2 points. The weight will be between 102 and 118. The question gives another extra information. It says that 2 standard deviation, come 8 also before, it's 94, and 8 more, it's 126. And it says that the 95% is between these 2 numbers. So 68 went between these 2 lines. Let me use calculator for you. 95 minus 68 is 27. The 68 is between these 2. So 27 is this one and this one. Totally for these 3 areas, it's 95%. 68 is in here, and 27 is the summation of these 2 reds in here and in here. But it says that what percentage is between 94 and 120. So what's the percentage of just this one, right? So you can easily say that it's 27 divided by 2, 13.5%. So E is the answer. I want to explain something more. You have a distribution, and you know that the integral of the distribution, for example, f of x, d of x, from minus infinity to plus infinity, it should be 1. The area below the distribution should be 1. It says that 68% is between these 2 numbers, and 95% is between these 2 numbers. So in this area, what will it? It's a simple mathematical question. So the area in between 94 and 120 is this one. Okay, I hope you like my video. Please go to the playlist and follow my other videos, and also subscribe to my channel. Have a nice time.